Hey there, everyone. Joshua Shore with you. Lauren Moss here as well in our newsroom. And you see in the box next to us, we've got Andrew Whitmire on standby as well on this first alert weather day because we've got some severe weather on the doorstep here in Michiana.
And of course, this comes after Friday's storms, devastating tornadoes that swept through our area, hitting southwest Michigan especially hard. So anxieties are a little high.
Yeah.
We don't want to scare you, but we want to prepare you for the possibilities of severe weather tonight.
This is why we have first alert weather days, just to make sure you know what's happening and know what's coming next. And with that, Andrew Whitmire has been following it all. We've got this red behind you. That is concerning you tonight, right?
Yeah, this is brand new coming into first alert weather. As expected, the closer we get towards 4, 5, 6 p.m., we're likely to start to see a few supercells starting to grow just off to our west of the National Weather Service. They're likely to come out with a tornado watch soon for this red shaded area and will likely include at least a portion of Michiana. We'll get the exact details once the watch is sent down here, likely in the next hour or so, on exactly which Michiana communities are going to be under this tornado watch. But I do anticipate that at least a portion of Michiana goes underneath a tornado watch here over the course of the next hour. Want to take a live look at first alert weather radar. Outside of some drizzle locally, there's nothing. This is the area that we're going to be monitoring right now out in central Illinois. And notice how you get some breaks from this white here. That's the cloud cover giving way to some peaks of sunshine. This is the area we are going to monitor closely over the next 2-3 hours for supercells to form in this area. And what forms here could move into a portion of northern Indiana as we transition into the evening hours. Now, there is a warm front that's kind of draped right around Cassopolis, around South Bend, LaPorte, Valpo area. And what that warm front is going to do, I'm going to see if I can go ahead and draw it here for you with this little front here. What this warm front is going to do is split Michiana. If you're south of the warm front, we will be on alert for a few supercells that could rotate. If you're north of the warm front, mainly just a hail threat headed your way. And if you're on the front right now, well, we're going to have to watch that very closely. So here's what to expect in first alert weather for the remainder of this Tuesday. For this evening, now up until about 10 p.m. That's going to be our greatest chance here to see some of these supercells. It's going to be an isolated threat, not widespread. Most of us for the evening hours will get by without any severe weather during the evening time frame. But it is the evening time frame that would come with it our highest chance of a tornado with a few of these supercells. Data trying to highlight areas south of South Bend have the best chance to maybe pick up 1 or 2 of these supercells. Overnight now, widespread storms are expected. We lessen the tornado threat just a touch. We're still going to have to be on alert for a few quick spin-up tornadoes that could lead to a few tornado warnings, but the threat then becomes hail and some brief gusty wind speeds up around 60 miles per hour and hailstones that could be as large as golf ball size. We're also going to be on alert tonight for some very heavy rainfall with any of these storms. We could be looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain per hour. Some of us could maybe pick up 4 or 5 inches of rain in first alert weather for tonight. Now let me walk you through Future Track here. This is the latest data coming in. Here we are paused at 4 p.m. It's 3 o'clock right now in first alert weather Eastern time. At 4 p.m. we just have a few areas of some drizzle right now being reported. But Future Track does try to start pulsing a few thunderstorms off to our west. And we're going to watch that very closely, see how those behave, see how they grow. Notice Future Track. The closer we get towards 6, 7 p.m., the closer we get towards sunset is when Future Track wants to try to move in a few of these supercells. Any of these will likely rotate along this warm front as it interacts with some cooler air coming off of Lake Michigan right now. In fact, it's only in the 40s right now for our lakeshore communities. We're further inland. It's in the 60s. Feels like a late spring day. Feels a little extra humid. Now those supercell chances will start to dwindle the closer we get towards midnight. Then the closer we get towards midnight becomes this widespread cluster of a mess, if you will, that will lead to some widespread heavy rainfall, a lot of loud thunder and lightning, some quick gusty wind speeds around 60, 65 miles per hour, and even the potential of a few of those very quick tornadoes that we will have to alert you to during the overnight hours. So it's going to be a long duration here where we're going to have to watch the radar. Again, for this evening, the threat is for a few isolated supercells, not a widespread severe weather threat, but rather localized. Then for tonight, the closer we get towards midnight, we first alert ahead to a widespread chance for thunderstorms. Some of them will be severe, maybe even producing a few tornado warnings that we're going to be on alert for.
All right, Andrew, we appreciate that. Thank you. We've got some new images into our newsroom actually And it really doesn't show much, but it
No.
kind of tells a story right now.
So we're trying to look at St. Joe, Michigan right now. Andrew, we saw a little bit of sunshine earlier today. Is this cloud cover helping our chances? Obviously, we've heard that the more clouds, the better. Is that helping us at all tonight, or is this kind of a different situation?
I think what it's going to do, it's going to help at least keep the supercell threat more isolated than more scattered or widespread. But here's what I want you to get home here. Normal high this time of year, about 44, 45 degrees. We're going to show you the temperatures here in First Alert Weather. It's a very late spring-like day in Michiana. We're already into the 60s. Typically, when you would have cloud cover ahead of severe weather, think of like July day. It would be in the 60s in the morning possibly, and with cloud cover, well, you probably wouldn't get up into the 80s, and unless you get up into the 80s with the strong cold front, you likely just wouldn't be able to get all the ingredients together to cause severe weather. But things are different in early March. The dynamics are a little bit different. We're already warm for where we should be this time of year. So think if this was July, this will likely be around 80 degrees right now, just to kind of give you that comparison. You've got the lake breeze right now off Lake Michigan. That's why we're looking at 40s from Chicago, Chesterton, Michigan City, New Buffalo, up towards St. Joe, Benton Harbor areas. Further inland, though, you start to warm things up a good 10 degrees, nearing 60 in South Bend, and you go even further towards the south and east right now, Warsaw, Rochester areas, about 20 degrees difference, nearing 70 degrees. So right there's the warm front, and any of these supercells are going to ride that warm front. So if you're on the edge from, like, let's say Knox, South Bend, this is the area that the warm front is in right now. If you're in the 60s, we're going to watch you very closely to see where these supercells could move into. Again, it's not a guarantee, but it's already humid out there as well. So yes, the cloud cover is going to help at least lower the widespread threat of tornadoes this evening in Michiana, but the threat is still not zero.
Okay, that's great. We appreciate that. Hey, a lot of people have a lot of questions. We know people watching on Facebook and wherever you stream. We want to reiterate, we want to break this down again once more. Today is a First Alert Weather Day. We've got severe weather on the doorstep, and it depends where it could pop off tonight, but our area is under that watch right now, or about to be under that tornado watch. That's something you told the entire newsroom minutes ago. We're going to talk more about that here momentarily. Andrew's getting that map set up. We're going to rejoin you guys here in about 90 seconds. We want to recalibrate, reshuffle some things, look at the latest data here for Andrew. Give him a second here. As you can hear that sound, he's going to see what that means. We're going to come back on the other side, exactly what the meaning of all that is and what to expect as we join you on the air here in less than an hour at 4 o'clock. Stay there. All right, everyone, welcome back. Joshua Shore with you, Lauren Moss here as well, inside our WNDU newsroom where things are, I'm not going to say the word, obviously we're preparing for a busy night, and we'll put it that way in the weather department, I think it's fair to say. Andrew Whitmire joins us now. Lauren, we've been keeping an eye on social media. We've had a lot of new developments in the last hour.
Yeah, and you know what, a lot of people have questions. Andrew, what can we do right now to better prepare ourselves?
Yeah, so let me go ahead and get out a few graphics here. We'll see if they go ahead and load for me here. Just give me 1 second as we kind of switch
This
gears.
is what happens
and
when somebody
go
like
into
you has to bring up
Sorry.
everything at once. So folks at home, listen, this is not TV. We can
Yeah,
say
so what you can do right now, of course, make sure your phone, maybe you're watching us right now on your phone.
Good
As soon
point.
as you're done watching it, make sure that phone is plugged in right now so it gets to 100%, as it is likely going to end up being a busy night in Michiana where things could quickly change the closer we get towards sunset in the area. Also, make sure your free WNDU First Alert weather app is downloaded. This is a great way to receive free warning information from the National Weather Service. We're also sending out push alerts, and if you're watching us right now, and if you have the free WNDU push alert, you just received a push notification saying, hey, watch this right now, as parts of Michiana will likely undergo a tornado watch within a matter of hours. So that's what you can do right now to make sure, again, that you're staying safe and prepared ahead of whatever weather Mother Nature throws at us for this evening and for tonight. Do I think everyone's going to have severe weather, a tornado warning? No, but I do expect that we're going to have at least a few communities that we're going to help get them through a rough night in Michiana. So what can you do if a tornado warning is issued for your area? Kind of move this little box out of the way so you can see this here. If you're in a house right now, a basement, that's going to be your best option. But one, what if you don't have a basement? Or two, you're unable to make it to the basement? What do you do in that case? Try to find an interior room. Try to put as many walls, objects, if you will, between you and the outside walls. That's why we always say an interior room, like a closet, or an interior bathroom without windows is your best option. It's also a good reminder as well to put on a pair of shoes in case your area is under a tornado warning. And if there was a tornado, if there is any debris, you're not out there barefoot stepping on all that debris, nails, glass. You get the point there. So that's why that is necessary. You can also put on a bike helmet, if you will, a mattress as well to help protect yourself. Now, what if you're in one of those mobile homes? Your best option is to get out and find the nearest sturdy structure if you can immediately. A tornado, like what we saw up in Union City, what happened there, it went through a mobile home area. And what it did, it really tossed them around like toy cars. It's very easily to do with a tornado, to easily throw those mobile homes around due to it latching on to all the wind that it can grab on underneath and just kind of throwing it around like a tin can. Now, what if you're watching right now and you're like, hey, Andrew, I'm in a third-story apartment right now and I live on the third floor. Where do I go? Yes, I've got an interior closet, but I'm still way up high. You want to try, if you can, to get to that lowest floor in the middle of the hallway that's least away from any outdoor windows or outdoor walls. So the lowest floor, the lowest you can physically get during a tornado will be your best option. Again, this is not saying everyone's going to contend with a tornado for tonight. That's not what I'm saying, but I do expect that we are going to have to, again, walk through a few communities through a tornado warning and or a severe thunderstorm warning at some point this evening into tonight. So that's why this graphic is critical. We have it live right now on WNDU.com if you click the First Alert Weather tab. I also have it live right now on my Facebook page if you want to help share that with your family and friends.
We've got a lot of brand new information coming in. We're going to be transparent with our viewers here and say we've got to go because we've got to actually prepare for all that news that's coming into our newsroom to bring to you at 4 o'clock. Obviously, Andrew usually has an update right as we come on the air at 4 o'clock. So whatever the latest models are, you will see at 4 o'clock starting our coverage, and we'll go through 6:30 and thereafter if need be, if necessary, right? Obviously, something that we'll continue to watch. As you're going to wrap up here, and Andrew, you can leave us with your final thoughts. I want to reiterate some of the new information we're getting in is that there are some counties, some areas in our DMA, as they call it, our area that we broadcast to here in northern Indiana, southwest Michigan. There are some folks reporting issues with tornado sirens.
Yeah.
Those tornado sirens, that is for people who are mainly outside, but there are other ways that you can stay safe. So that's one part to this.
Yeah.
And also, schools right now, they are canceling some of that after school stuff. I would not be surprised if we got a lot more of that coming in the next couple minutes here before the 4 o'clock
Yeah,
hour.
my workout class was even canceled for tonight. The studio is closing down, so it's not just kids right now, it's adults. Andrew, someone did comment on our stream, and they asked, I thought cloud coverage was good. So you look outside in South Bend, we have quite a few
I can
cloud
show you this
coverage.
video outside of St. Joe real quick,
St.
too.
Joe, Michigan City. That's not necessarily meaning we are totally out, out of chances of severe weather, right?
And it really has to do with all the dynamics. In fact, I'm looking at our map right. It's a more regional map. It's 78 right now down in Decatur in Illinois, more of central Illinois right now. Meanwhile, it's 59 in South Bend, near 70 in Rochester, and then the 40s for our Lakeshore communities. Typically, the cloud cover would really help to really dampen, again, the severe weather threat. It's going to help lower the threat as far as not giving us widespread severe weather, but that doesn't mean our chances are zero. If this were July, I would be coming on the air basically saying, hey, we're about ready to cancel the first alert weather day due to all the cloud cover. That's not the case for today due to the fact that it's early March. It doesn't take a lot to get severe weather early this time of year. And with the warm front sitting right over us, again, half of the WNDU viewing area right now is pushing nearly 70 degrees, while a quarter of the viewing area near our lakeshore, you need some winter jackets to be outside right now. So there's a warm front that's draped to kind of right over a portion of the area right now. I kind of think I-94 and move that eastward about 20-30 miles, if you will. That's kind of where the warm front is centered, and these storms are going to form on that warm front, and as they interact with that colder air from the north, that's going to help enough spin in the atmosphere to get a few of these storms to rotate. So the National Weather Service, they're currently monitoring in this red shaded area here, just locally, for a tornado watch. I do expect at least a portion of Michiana, maybe all of Michiana. We'll have to wait and see how this watch pans out. That's likely going to come out here within the next hour. So that's something that we're going to bring you brand new at some point, likely live on 16 News now at 4 and 5 o'clock. That's exactly where this tornado watch is issued for in Michiana. And we'll have an update to First Alert Weather Feeder Track on brand new timing and impacts of a few supercells this evening, and more of that widespread cluster of loud storms that is expected for tonight. Moral of the story, stay prepared, not scared. Have a plan in place. If you don't get severe weather in your community, well, now you've got a plan in place. You know what to do for the next time we have severe weather. After all, it's not even St. Patrick's weekend yet, so we know we have a long ways to go through this severe weather season.
Yeah,
But I love that you asked a great question. I think we've got about 600 something people watching right now on our Facebook page, and that's huge because that shows the interest and intrigue. And I asked you earlier during our newsroom meeting, our editorial meeting at 2:30, this is not just bark here. And I think that's the concern. That's why we have issued this First Alert Weather Day. And you asked a great question. We've got cloud cover, that's good, but this time of year, combined with those above average temperatures, clouds don't matter. We've still got enough energy that things can pop off.
We have other
we still have enough
ingredients in this
energy.
recipe.
Yeah. So what that cloud cover, again, I'll say it again, what the cloud cover is going to do is make it not a widespread event, meaning not everyone is going to get warnings today. Not everyone's going to see tornadoes. Not everyone's going to see damaging hail, damaging winds. But with enough dynamics that are still in place for today, a few of us are still going to have to contend with the possibility of a few warnings. Now, if you're stepping outside right now and you feel like you need a jacket, you don't have your windows open because it's that cold, you're safe from the tornadoes for today. But if you're outside right now and it feels like it should be late April, May, and it feels humid, you're kind of in the danger zone, if you will, for where there could be a few tornadoes. Not saying there will be, but you're more in the area of danger if it feels like it's late May in your community.
And sometimes I wish that I can go back in high school and you were my physics teacher. Andrew Whitmire, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, buddy, and all the people watching as well. We'll be back on here throughout the day. And obviously, we will have continuing wall-to-wall coverage, as they call it here in news parlance, if there is an actual warning of any type that is out there. So we want to make sure you're aware of that. We appreciate you watching. We will see you, and we'll leave you with this image as well. We will see everyone who's watching here at 4 o'clock. Our coverage begins on WNDU as well. We'll see you then.